Hi, my name is Ray Murillo. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be talking about two companies, Ascend Wellness Holdings and PharmaCann. I've been researching this topic for over 6 months, ever since Governor Murphy deemed medical marijuana as an essential business. And I personally had an interview with Ascend Wellness Holdings for a job as a cannabis consultant. Unfortunately, I had to turn it down. I couldn't accept their offer. I had a family emergency out of state. But I do look forward to getting my foot in the door because it's a very lucrative business, especially with all the legalizations going on. Little history of the two companies. They are both privately held MSOs. MSO stands for Management Services Organizations. These are entities for medical practices that ensure day-to-day operations, and some of the services that they provide are human resource issues, payroll, coding, compliance, revenue cycles, things of that nature. And they help save time for managers on a day-to-day basis. Both of these companies were founded in Chicago, Illinois, after the Compassionate Use of Medical Cannabis Pilot Program Act of 2014. As of August 2019, the pilot designation has been removed and it's now a permanent program. Ascend Wellness Holdings, a little bit of their history. They were founded in 2018. They operate in 5 states and they're involved in activism and social justice. PharmaCann was founded in 2014. They recently appointed a new CEO, Brett Novy, on October of this year. Their previous CEO, Dr. Scott, resigned to open up a new cannabis company, similar to both of these companies. And PharmaCann operates in 6 states. Moving along to our sales area, both of these companies are strongly positioned for acquisition in new markets. Ascend Wellness Holdings projects a 400 million revenue by the end of 2021, whereas PharmaCann projects 150 million per state by 2021. So they operate in 6 states. Roughly, that's going to be around 800 million, 700 million, which look possible considering PharmaCann has a pending license in New Jersey to start operations in 2021, and Ascend Wellness Holdings is already operating with 1 store in New Jersey, with two more licenses to open up 2 more stores. So, with that being said, they are strongly positioned to achieve their goals of their projected revenue. Next, the marketing side of things. There's both of these companies have web presence and they have they curate brands. The social media side of things, they have Leafly, Weed Maps, which are 2 specific social media apps that help both of these companies showcase their products, and they provide a little bit of education on their strains, what type of ailments they're for the consumer. Little brands, some of the brands for the Ascend Wellness Holdings, they have the Ozone brand. They have a high profile brand known as Cookies, which they have an exclusive partnership, and their renowned strain Girl Scout cookies is very popular, in addition to Runts and Mints. Also, 1906 edibles, they infuse cannabis with other herbal medications and caffeine to achieve improving energy levels, relaxation, focus, mood, sex, or sleep. PharmaCann, their retail locations operate under the exclusive brand of Verilife. Verilife provides a great consumer experience, and they're dedicated to breaking down the negative associations that the cannabis industry might perceive from the past. Whereas now, moving forward, they're trying to break down that old school traditional thought of cannabis. Also, they have their exclusive brand partner with Matter. It's an expertly crafted cannabis product. It's grown in uniquely designed greenhouses for a full spectrum effect, which yields higher terpene levels. The terpene levels are important for the taste, the aroma, and the overall potency of the THC, which is important as a consumer to know what percentage you're taking. You know how it will affect the consumer, which Leafly and Weed Maps can help you discern. Furthermore, the work environment, it should involve activism. Potentially can attract investors, more consumers, and employees alike. There's a lot of racial disparity in marijuana arrests. There was a 2020 analysis conducted by the American Civil Liberties Union where they reported 3.64 times more than likely African Americans will be arrested in comparison to white Americans. Also, the consumption rates of the two ethnicities are roughly the same. Further, the Minority Cannabis Business Association is the first and largest nonprofit organization funded to create equal access and economic empowerment for cannabis businesses. You know, their patients and communities have been most affected by the drug on wars. Unfortunately, neither of the two companies are in association with the MCBA, but hopefully in the future, this is something that will potentially attract investors, employees, and consumers alike. The Last Prisoner Project, Ascend Wellness, is contributing to them by donations, and they're advocating for to end mass incarcerations of nonviolent marijuana criminals. As their CEO is a self-proclaimed libertarian, Abner Curtin. He's on a personal quest to end mass incarcerations for nonviolent marijuana possessions. Just a little recap. Both of these companies, Ascend Wellness Holdings and PharmaCann, are strongly positioned for acquisition in new markets and existing markets. New markets include New York and Pennsylvania, whereas they're under pressure to legalize the recreational market since they're neighboring states of New Jersey. This is good news for PharmaCann and Ascend Wellness Holdings, which will ultimately help them achieve their goals of their projected revenue by the end of 2021. Ascend Wellness Holdings projects 400 million, PharmaCann roughly around 800 million. Lastly, these are some of my resources that I compiled for my research, and if you guys like, I can share my email with you, and also you guys can ask me for my PowerPoint so you guys can take a look, and hopefully you guys are excited and want to get your foot in the door in the cannabis industry. Thank you guys. Have a nice one.